Dear all, welcome to the playlist of Basic Electrical Engineering. In this session, I will be discussing the importance of electrical engineering. First of all, let's understand what is electrical engineering and what are the things we are going to learn in electrical engineering. Let us move on to the definition. The electrical engineering is the branch of engineering science that studies the uses of electricity, then equipment of power generation, especially the generator, the transformer, transmission lines, okay, and the distribution equipments, then control of machines, different methodology for controlling the machines, such as induction motor, synchronous motor, and the communication apparatus, and also the branch of electrical engineering that specifies the design. You will be learning design of machines, okay, design of different components, then construction and the practical uses of electrical system, how electrical energy can be used practically. So this and how you are going to utilize electrical energy. So that is the main thing you are going to learn in electrical engineering. Okay, so we have discussed about the definition and why you are going to learn. First of all, the main application, the power grid. One of the major application of electrical engineering is power grid. Actually, the power grid providing electricity to the entire city. You can able to see where is the source from where you are going to generate electricity from the power generating station or power station. What are all the examples of power generating station? Hydropower generation, then nuclear power generation, thermal power station. These are all the examples of power generating station. Nowadays, there are a lot of renewable energy sources that is also useful for power generation, such as solar, wind, fuel cells, etc. Okay, so we have different network like transmission. First network is transmission. In the transmission, we'll be having a transformer, step-up transformer, and we are having a lot of transmission lines, HV lines, high voltage lines we are having. And while coming to the distribution side, we are having a distribution network. In that main component is distribution transformer. And also we are having distribution transmission network. Okay. And we can able to provide for bulk consumers, we'll be having a separate distribution transformer for bulk consumer, especially 11 kV. Okay, for industrial consumers. For the domestic consumers, we need 230 volt. Okay, we need a 230 volt. For that purpose, we are having a separate arrangement. Okay, for we require a separate transformer. You can able to observe different type of transformer. You must have observed pole mounted transformer which are nearby the roadsides, pole mounted substation, or you can call pole mounted transformer. Okay, so this is one of the application of electrical engineering, how you are getting the power, how you are going to receive electricity. So that is one of the main thing. So in electrical engineering, in order to study about generation, then transmission, distribution, that we call it as power systems. In electrical engineering, we are going to term it as power system. Power system includes power generation, power transmission and distribution. So this is one of the branch of electrical engineering. Do remember this. Okay. You must have heard about the space shuttle. Lot of electrical equipments plays most important role in the space shuttle. There are different measuring units, then controlling unit. These equipments are inevitable in the area of space shuttle. If I talk about the dam, it's a part of hydroelectric power station. So there are a lot of controlling unit. You need to control the frequency of generation. Then you have to control the voltage. Okay. Then speed of the machine. All the things need to be controlled. Everything there will be a standard value. You have to maintain the reference quantity. For that purpose, there are a lot of controlling unit. So automation is also one of the emerging trends in the area of electrical engineering. Without automation nowadays, no electrical engineering. Okay. Every field is getting automated. And there are different renewable energy sources such as wind turbine power station, wind energy. Okay, wind energy. Here, the main component is wind turbine generator. You are going to design the wind turbine generator. Then in case of solar panel, SPV system, solar PV system, you are going to generate the power. And there are two type of application. One is standalone application, other one is grid connected system. Standalone means you are operating the load independently. For example, you are operating a pump independently. You are operating a lighting system separately. So that is called a standalone application. So where you are going to sell the power to the grid, that is called a grid connected system. So you can able to observe another diagram. This is called the induction motor. You can call IM, induction motor. Most of the loads in the industries are induction motor. So it is having lot of advantages. That is why we are going to prefer induction motor. 80% of the load is belong to induction motor. You can able to see these kind of transformers. See, distribution transformer. This distribution transformer is also having vital role in the area of distribution network. So you can able to observe the different area where you will be getting the importance of electrical engineering. The component design that will be done with the help of one of the area of electrical engineering, that is called high voltage engineering. Okay, insulation, design of insulation, okay, design of equipments, that will be done with the help of high voltage engineering. You know that these are the different sub branches of electrical engineering: power system or power electronics, then signal conditioning, signal processing, then microelectronics, then analog electronics, then control system, telecommunication, then computers, instrumentation. These are all the sub branches of what I can say electrical engineering. So these things are required. These sub branches are required in the electrical. It's a, we can call it as we need to learn about instrumentation, computers, not only the power generation and transmission, because these equipments are required. These areas are required in electrical engineering. So that point also highly unavoidable. Now let us move on to the history of electrical engineering. The research and development in the area of electricity has been started in the year of 17th century. Father of electricity. Who is the father of electricity? William Gilbert is the father of electricity. And he has done some experiment on electricity and magnetism. And he studied lot of theories or lot of mechanisms in the area of magnetism and static electricity. And he has first namely the word electricity. So we call the father of electricity, who is the father of electricity, William Gilbert. And William Gilbert had designed one device that is called versorium. Okay, it detects presence of static charged objects. That's the main purpose of versorium. And in the year of 1962, one of the Swedish professor, uh, John Wickle, he has designed one of the device that is called electroporous. Next to versorium, another device that is called electroporous. It can able to produce the static charges. And in the year of 1800, one of the major invention in the area of electrical engineering, that is called Voltaire pile. It has been designed by Alexandro Volta. Because of that, nowadays you are using battery. It is a basic form of battery. Okay, these are the major invention in the area of electrical engineering. And also I'll be showing the contribution of different scientists. These are the notable scientists. So George Simon Ohm, one of the German scientists, he has developed Ohm's law. Okay, you must have heard about Ohm's law. Ohm's law, one of the popular theory. And Michael Faraday, and you must have heard about Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Transformer, generator, those major devices are operating based on Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. So Maxwell equation is also most popular, and he has done lot of analysis on electromagnetism. Okay, field theory. Then Edison has invented electric bulbs. Okay, electric bulbs. And Tesla has designed Tesla coil and lot of invention on AC system, alternating current, lot of invention. And please read this statement and understand the contribution of Thomas Alva Edison, how he has defined about invention. This is also one of the popular motto or what I can say popular statement put forward by Thomas Alva Edison. And also we have to recall the contribution of the following scientists. For example, you must have heard about lightning arrestor. Benjamin Franklin has designed lightning arrestor, and the electric bulb has developed by Thomas Alva Edison. And battery, the basic form of battery has been designed by Alexandro Volta. That is also very important. And AC power, AC power has been developed by Nikola Tesla. Okay. Nowadays, all the systems are AC only. 95% of the systems we are using AC system. And the refrigerator has been designed by Oliver Evans. If I talk about the flashlight, the Hubert has developed a flashlight. Regarding the telephone, obviously we have to thank Graham Bell. And regarding the traffic lighting system, it is developed by G. Morgan. Okay, these are the notable invention we must recall. Definitely, we are to thankful for the scientists, who, those who worked behind this. Because of that, we are leading our luxury life. Television has developed by P.T. Farnsworth, and internet, nowadays everything is actually emerged with internet. Vincent Cerf. You must have heard about World Wide Web. It has been implemented by Tim Berners-Lee. And regarding the computer, Mauchly and Presper. If I talk about microwave, you must have you have been using microwave oven, and you must have studied about eddy current heating, all those things. And it has been developed by Percy Spencer. And if I talk about the TV remote, we need to thankful to Eugen Pauly. Okay, these are the basic invention you need to remember always. As an engineer, you should remember. You must have learning engineering. You are learning engineering. You have to remember the contribution of these scientists. Let us understand what do you mean by electricity. Coming to the point, let us move on to the definition. Electricity is generated from the motion of small or tiny particle, that is called electrons or protons. Okay, so because of electrons and protons, electricity is existing. So movement of electrons or proton. So what is electron? It's an atomic structure. One of the Bohr model, Bohr model. You can able to observe Bohr model in chemistry. You must have studied. Electrons are revolving. Okay, here you can able to see the nucleus. In that nucleus, there will be a neutron and proton. Always there will be neutron and proton inside the nucleus. So electrons are continuously revolving. So electron is having negative charges, and proton, you can able to see the proton is having positive charges. Either electrons or proton, any of the components are in motion, means there will be production of electricity. You know that neutron is having no charge. Okay, these are the basic information. So let us come to the point. Electricity generated from the movement of tiny charged particles such as electron and proton. So there is no role in neutron because it doesn't have any charge. What are the different sources of making electricity? So thermal, you can use the coal. Geothermal, then nuclear, you can use uranium-235, thorium, neptunium, plutonium. Then water, you are storing the water in a dam. Hydroelectric power station can be run based on the potential energy of water, solar power, wind power. So these are the different sources of energy we can able to make the electricity. In that, you will be classifying renewable energy as well as non-renewable energy sources. You can see the different pictures, different representation of different energy sources which can able to produce electricity: wind, hydroelectric, thermal, solar, biomass, nuclear. These are all the different sources which can able to produce or which can able to generate electricity. That point you have to remember. So this picture depicts how you are going to get the power. So we have the power plant, then we are having the transmission substation, then we are preferring high voltage transmission line to reduce the losses. Okay, to reduce the losses and to save the conductor size, we are going to go for high voltage power transmission, high voltage low current system. Then we are having the power substation, okay, to reduce the voltage in a convenient level for the appliances. For the main component of the substation is transformer. In this basic electrical engineering course, we are going to learn the basics of entire thing. Only the basics you are going to learn. At the end of the course, I am damn sure that you will be getting the basics. So we are having the poles. You can able to see the different poles. And finally, there is a distribution transformer and you will be reaching the power. You will be getting the power in your home. So this is the path how you are going to get the electricity. Okay. So there is a group of network. You have to remember what are all the equipments which are involved to receive the power from power station. Okay. So these are the different pictures which are associated with the power grid. Obviously, there will be network and there will be transmission line. So there is a the fuel feeding unit and the fuel is available there. So these are the equipments which are involved in the substation. You need to take care with utmost care because protection matters a lot. In case anything wrong, it may lead to fire hazards. And the contribution of technicians also inevitable, and the transformer connection, everything is inevitable. So finally, let us ask one question to ourselves. Can we live without electricity? So answer is no. Okay. So in olden ages, how human beings are survived. It is really a challenging. Nowadays, without electricity, we cannot live. That's a inevitable situation. So that's a true situation. That's a fact, real fact. Okay. Anyway, we are living with the presence of electricity. Okay, we can live with electricity. Without electricity, it is not possible to live. Okay, definitely you have to understand the need for electricity. So in the coming session, I am going to discuss what are the major terminologies which are going to use in electrical engineering. If you are having any queries in this presentation, you can ask with me. So it is better to watch the video completely to get the information about the importance of electrical engineering. Later, we can move on to the technical session. Finally, thank you for watching this video.